Good evening, good folks, and welcome to the City of Muskegon City Commission General Session for this Tuesday, April 14th, 2026. So to remind folks, we do have a few different public comment periods this evening. Towards the beginning of the meeting, we have 3 public hearings. Then we'll have public comment on agenda items, any of the remaining agenda items, opportunity to give input on those items. And we'll also have general public comment at the end of the meeting. That's an opportunity for folks to give input to the commission on anything they wish to share. In any of these public comment periods, it's time to give input directly, not necessarily back and forth dialogue or Q&A. We can arrange that at a separate time if that's so desired. Everyone has up to 3 minutes to provide their remarks, and we do take phone-in comments. So you're not here in person, we will welcome you to phone in. We do take public comments from in-person first, however. And if you do wish to give in-person comment, I encourage you to complete the public comment form that's at the back of the room. Please provide your name and home address. Note I will not be sharing your home address nor asking you to announce that. That's for our records. I will be acknowledging if you're a City of Muskegon resident, which neighborhood you're joining us from. If you're not a city resident, where else you may be joining us from. Now we will be starting our meeting with prayer followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. If you wish to join us in either of those activities, actually I'm not seeing our faith leader that was scheduled to join us this evening to lead us in prayer, so we're going to be having a moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. If you wish to join us in either of those activities, I ask that you stand if you're still capable of doing so. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May we have roll call, please?
Commissioner St. Clair.
Here.
Mayor Johnson.
Here.
Commissioner Kilgo.
Here.
Vice Mayor Keener.
Yes. Here.
Commissioner German.
Here.
Commissioner Jackson.
Here.
Commissioner Cochin.
Thank you. We have quorum. All right, we don't have any honors, awards, and presentations scheduled for this evening, so we're going to get started with our public hearings. The first one is a regional consolidated plan for 2026 to 2030. We did hear from our Community Neighborhood Services Director, Sean Carson, last night at a work session presenting on this, and so now this is the formal public hearing, and we're going to have Director Ekholm lead this evening. So good evening and welcome.
Good evening. I'm Jake Ekholm, Director of Development Services for the City of Muskegon, pinch hitting for Director Carson this evening. So, as was mentioned, she did present in the work session last night, but just for the public's edification, briefly, we're going through a process that's required every 5 years by HUD, the Federal Department of Housing and Urban Development, in order for us to continue to qualify for our Community Development Block Grant and Home Investment Partnership funds from the federal government. This is a 3-community regional plan, Regional Consolidated Plan, or CON plan for short. It's a document that receives public review, public input through surveys and focus group and citizen board feedback in order to sort of set the table for what types of eligible programming the communities may embark on with those annual allocations of federal dollars. This is one of 2 required public hearings, and we just closed our survey, I think, late last week. And so, yeah, this is the opportunity for the public to give any review of the CON plan. A draft of the CON plan is available here at City Hall as well as on the website. And I think that's a pretty good summary.
Mm-hmm. And public comments will be welcome through May 7th, I believe, correct, Director Ekholm?
Once again, I'm sorry?
May 7th, public comments welcomed on this plan through May 7th?
Yes, thank you. Yep, the public comment period extends through the end of business on May 7th.
Okay, excellent, thank you. Anyone in the audience wish to give input as part of this public hearing? Seeing no takers, we're going to go to the phones. This is specifically a public hearing with regard to a regional consolidated plan that our Community Neighborhood Services is submitting to HUD for the years 2026 to 2030. We're going to go to the phones. The phone number is 231-724-6721. All right, does not sound like we have any takers for this public hearing. Commissioners, I would entertain a motion.
So moved. Support. Oh, sorry. I did that wrong.
Just to close the public hearing.
Oh, I moved to close the public hearing.
Support. All right, we have a motion by Vice Mayor Keener, supported by Commissioner German to close the public hearing. There's no oh, yes, Commissioner Kilgo.
Thank you. Just a piece of discussion. I know we discussed last night, but there was some questions and different things. Just a question for staff. This plan is submitted to HUD for the 5-year plan. If there are adjustments that we see that we need to make over the next 5 years, that's something we can still do, correct? As far as allocating of money?
Sure, and so I think that's a really good question to take the opportunity to explain the difference between the regional consolidated plan and each community's annual action plan. So Muskegon Heights, and Norton Shores joined together in this consolidated plan to become eligible for the level of funding we receive. However, each community sets their own annual action plan and their own department budget at their own respective municipality. So the program can and does change year to year. Yeah, so absolutely. Over the course of the next several years, depending on the federal funding levels or a new need that we see take place in the community, as long as it's an eligible use of those funds and can be tied back to one of the core points of the con plan, we can include it in an annual action plan.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Great question. Thank you, Commissioner Kilgo. Thank you, Jack Jackcom. Roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Keener,
Yes.
Commissioner German,
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson,
Yes.
Commissioner Cochin,
Yes.
Commissioner St. Clair,
Yes.
Mayor Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Kilgo.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Next public hearing is the request to establish an industrial development district at 331 West Laketon Avenue. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening. Jocelyn Hines, Economic Development Analyst here at the City of Muskegon. So this is for us to host a public hearing to establish an industrial development district at the property 331 West Laketon Avenue. This has been requested by American Fabricated Products. They are a Spring Lake company that plans to move all of their operations here to the City of Muskegon at that location. And so establishing an industrial development district is the first step before they can apply for industrial facilities tax exemption. And the developer and consultants are also here if there are additional questions.
All right. This is a public hearing, so we're going to open it up to any input from the audience on the phone, and then we'll go to the commission if the commission has any questions for staff or the applicant. So anyone in the audience that wishes to give input with regard to the establishment of an industrial development district at 331 West Laketon Avenue? Seeing no takers in the audience, we're going to go to the phones. That number is 231-724-6721. This is an opportunity to phone in and give input specifically with regard to the establishment of this industrial development district. All right, does not look like we have any callers for this public hearing. So that we may proceed with deliberation, can I get a motion?
I move to close the public hearing and approve the resolution establishing an industrial development district at 331 West Laketon Avenue and authorize the mayor and city clerk to sign.
Support.
We have a motion by Commissioner Cochin, supported by Commissioner St. Clair. Commissioner Cochin, do you have anything to ask or add off the top?
I do actually, but maybe not so much for staff, potentially more for the business owner.
Okay, let's start with the applicant. The applicant's in the room. Good evening. If you kindly introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Russell Galemba. I'm the Vice President of American Fabricated Products.
Thank you very much for coming out tonight, sir. For the folks at home, I'm kind of wondering, can you elaborate what type of business that you do and the number of jobs that you could bring to the city?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're a full-service metal fabricator. We provide anything from sheet metal work to armor to pretty much anything you can build out of metal. We've been in business for about 18 years. We've been located in Spring Lake. We're a family-owned business. Right now we have roughly 30 employees. We were given the opportunity to purchase the property where we're at. It wasn't really sizable for us, so we decided to take a look at Muskegon and, move operations up here. So we found a viable property. It's about twice the size of what we are now, so it's about 65,000 square foot. We're looking at creating around 12 to 16 jobs in the first 12 months. After that, the 3-year plan is to add hopefully between 25 and 30 jobs. We have a lot of LTSAs we're looking at right now, long-term service agreements that would create a lot of opportunity for us as a company. So that was a big determining factor on us wanting to relocate up here. Right now, we're only a first shift company, so there's a lot of opportunity for growth and more, jobs and positions to open up as we hope to continue to grow as a business.
Absolutely. And can you talk a little bit about like the average pay scale for the employees?
Yeah, so our base hire and pay right now is right around $21.50 an hour. So we try to be as competitive as possible with pay wages. Really, we're looking for hardworking people. We take the position that we can teach anyone anything, but we can't teach people how to work hard. So, anyone that's really willing to take a shot at us, we're willing to take a shot at them. So we look to be competitive. We look to incentivize people to want to, give to us what we think we are entitled to give back to them, which is an honest pay.
Nice, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I think that this could bring a lot of good jobs to people who have been looking around the city. So I'm excited to see this.
We're really hoping to attract good talent, good labor. There's a lot of different positions we are going to be creating. There's going to be operator positions, engineering positions, administrative positions, just about everything. So.
Wonderful, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Commissioner Cochin. Commissioner St. Clair, anything to ask Brad in support of the motion?
Not at this time.
Commissioners? Commissioner German.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. And thank you for your interest here in the city of Muskegon. My question is, you say you're bringing about 30 jobs here?
Yes.
Okay, and looking to hire more. Fair and equal opportunity hiring practices, where are you at on that?
Right now, we're pretty much working off of what the standard has always been for our internal policies, which is making sure we abide by all of those guidelines, and we make sure that we give everyone an equal chance at any positions that we offer within our company. We're specifically interested in hiring out of Muskegon County and the city, just because the labor pool has been very challenging for us as a manufacturer as a whole. It's been a really hard time for us to fill the gap with the skilled labor that we need at our company, and it's been interesting because there's a couple manufacturing operations on the lakeshore that are actually recently closing down, so there's going to be a need for those jobs and those people that need jobs to hopefully come in, get introduced to us, and hopefully, we can offer them a position at our company and, help them transition into something new, whatever that may be next in their careers, and hopefully it's with us.
Yeah, well, that's great. Because, manufacturing is actually coming back, and it's good to see it here in Muskegon. Fabrication, somebody has to have the skill set to do that work. And instead of having it, abroad overseas, I would like to see that here for opportunities for workers who want to get into that field and learn that trade. So, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's hard work. It's
Yeah.
hard work, and it's interesting. We're a younger shop, honestly, it's energizing because a lot of our staff is younger individuals right now. They're between the ages of 22 and 40. We also employ some older individuals as well, but it's energizing having a younger crew right now because it creates an opportunity and a path forward where there's going to be a lot of people transitioning out of manufacturing that have been doing this as a career for the last 30 or 40 years, and that skill gap, in my opinion, is only going to get broader. So I think, with that energy and that reinvigoration that we hope to bring as a company, we hope to attract a lot of people into manufacturing that might not be interested in it so much now by creating an environment that hopefully they want to join.
Yeah. And one last question. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's it.
No. I work at Muskegon Community College, and I work with students as they come to college to get a skill set or a pathway to a career. What about any type of internships, maybe for like management, business, or are you providing any of those opportunities?
That's something we absolutely want to do.
Okay.
That's something we're going to be working with GMAT and APAX and I forget the manufacturing school up here. I think it's MMTC maybe.
Okay.
We're going to be collaborating with them. We currently are listed on their job board. So as far as the internship side of things goes, that's something we definitely want to pursue.
Great. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Commissioner German. Anything else to ask or add, commissioners? Or ask at least of the applicant here? No? All right. Thank you so much for joining us, and more of a thank you for choosing to grow with Muskegon.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right. Commissioners, do you have any questions for staff on this item, or any final thoughts before we go to vote? All right. So that's the first step in establishing the district, and the request for the issuance of the tax exemption will come at a future time. But I fully support this, and I think it's important that we continue to support manufacturing here in Muskegon, foster a broadly diversified economy. It's a resilient economy. So, all right, roll call, please.
Commissioner German,
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson,
Yes.
Commissioner Cochin,
Yes.
Commissioner St. Clair,
Yes.
Mayor Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Kilgo,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Keener.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Next public hearing is PA 198, Industrial Facilities Exemption for 2246 Olthoff Drive. Good evening. Kindly introduce yourself and please report out on this item.
Absolutely. Isabella Gonzalez, Development Analyst with the City of Muskegon. So today we have a public hearing for an IFT abatement certificate. This has been requested by AB Electrical Wires. So AB Electrical Wires is a Muskegon business at 2246 Olthoff Drive. They are located within our Port City Industrial Park, which was designated as an industrial development district in 1983. The company is proposing an investment of approximately over $3.2 million to support the expansion of its existing facility, which will include an addition totaling 39,750 square feet. So AB Electrical Wires specializes in the design, engineering, and manufacturing of wire and cable harness assemblies and industrial control panel solutions, which are used across a wide range of industries. The proposed expansion will support increased production capacity and continued growth for the company's operations. So in addition to the physical expansion, the company anticipates creating over 30 new jobs within the next 2 years. In addition to that, the company has signed the city's Equal Employment Opportunity Inclusive Workforce Development Letter. And then in addition to that, they've also signed the tax abatement contract and have completed our summary sheet. So they have worked with both myself and the city's EEO and Employee Relations Director, and we will continue to monitor their progress towards these workforce goals. So after the city's internal tax committee review, we recommend approval of a 12-year abatement. So that is what this hearing is for.
Thank you, Ms. Gonzalez. We're going to open up to the public hearing first. Is there anyone in the audience that wishes to give comment with regard to the issuance of this industrial facilities tax exemption? Seeing no takers in the audience, we're going to go to the phones. That number is 231-724-6721. There's an opportunity for folks to phone in and give comments specifically with regard to the issuance of this industrial facilities exemption certificate. All right, does not sound like we have any takers for this public hearing. Commissioners, I would entertain a motion.
I move to close the public hearing and approve the industrial facilities exemption certificate for AB Electrical Wires, Inc., 2246 Olthoff Drive, and further authorize the mayor and city clerk to execute the resolution and all related agreement documents as presented.
Support.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Cochin, supported by Commissioner German. Commissioner Cochin, do you have anything to ask or share with us?
I don't at this time, no.
All right. Commissioner German, supporter of the motion, anything to ask or share with us at this time?
No.
All right. Commissioners, Opening up to everybody if you have anything to ask or add at this time. All right, no takers. I'll just say thank you to AB Electrical Wires for your continued investment and commitment to Muskegon, and appreciate you growing with Muskegon. All right, roll call, please.
Commissioner Jackson. Commissioner Cochin.
Yes.
Commissioner St. Clair.
Yes.
Mayor Johnson.
Yes.
Commissioner Kilgo.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Keener.
Yes.
Commissioner German.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. That concludes our public hearings. Now we have time for our federal, state, county, and indigenous government partners. If there are any in the audience, I don't see any. You might be hiding behind the pillars. All right. Now we're going on to public comment on agenda items. I've not received any forms. Madam Clerk, have you received any forms? All right. Is there anyone in the audience that wishes to give comment on an agenda item or items? All right, seeing no takers. We're going to go to the phones. That phone number is 231-724-6721. This is an opportunity for the public to call in comments specifically with regard to an agenda item or items. When you call in, please turn down any audio in the background, state your name, and which agenda items you're speaking on, and if you are a City of Muskegon resident, which neighborhood you are calling from. All right, no takers for phone and comments on our consent agenda items. Commissioners, you've had an opportunity to review the consent agenda. Are there any items you wish to have removed for separate discussion and vote? Commissioner Kilgo.
K as in kite.
All right, Commissioner Cochin?
Yes. H as in Henry.
All right, if there are no others, Commissioners, I would entertain a motion to adopt the consent agenda minus items H and K.
So moved.
Support.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Kilgo, supported by Commissioner St. Clair. There's not any discussion. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Cochin.
Yes.
Commissioner St. Clair.
Yes.
Mayor Johnson.
Yes.
Commissioner Kilgo.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Keener.
Yes.
Commissioner German.
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Mr.
All
Mayor,
right.
if you don't mind, just one moment. I just wanted to highlight item M with the consent agenda passing. The City of Muskegon has a new partnership with the SOAR program and Cornerstone University, which provides eligible city employees and their immediate family members with a flexible online degree programs and up to $1,950 in annual scholarship support. We didn't speak on it. I just wanted to highlight it because I think that's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. I'm promoting that, and are you?
Yeah,
still early on?
it's still early on.
Too
but yeah,
premature.
But there's another institution.
Okay, there's another educational institution that we may be working on that similar partnership as well. Something forthcoming. All right, Commissioner Cochin, amendment to the zoning ordinance for establishing maximum lot widths in our districts.
Yes. I move the request to amend section 404 of the zoning ordinance to establish maximum lot width in our neighborhood residential districts be approved.
Support.
All right, a motion by Commissioner Cochin, supported by Commissioner Kilgo. Good evening. Please introduce yourself and kindly report out on this item.
Good evening, Mike Franzak, the Planning Director. So currently in our zoning ordinance and the form-based code, which is more near the downtown area, we have maximum lot widths of 60 feet for single-family duplex developments. We don't have that in the rest of the R zones, but it was called out as a goal in the master plan. If you saw the attachment where it goes over the goal and it shows a few examples, we kind of show some super lots, you may call them, where over the years they may have acquired some from the city or the county before we
had stricter regulations, or private lots where they may have 7 or 8 lots with only one house on them. And, being an urban city with all the infrastructure we have to pay for, that it's really not feasible for, the city to be able to pay for this infrastructure when we have lots that big without development. In the traditional sense, where there used to be 8 houses, now it's been cut down to just 1 paying for those taxes. So this is an idea we have to implement to meet this goal and to make sure that we have the size lots in the city.
Thank you, Director Franzik. Commissioner Koshin?
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you explaining that, Director Franzik, because I think there's a lot of questions out there about, why should I not be able to buy my lot next door, after my neighbors move out and they don't want to have the house there anymore or something, or the house burns down. One of the things that I do also kind of wonder is how would that impact our ability to get like ADUs. So say I lived next to a house and there's a vacant lot there now, and I wanted to get an ADU. Well, my lot's too small currently, so if I purchased the lot next door, then I would be able to get an ADU, which would provide cheaper housing for an individual, potentially a family member. I'm just kind of wondering how that's gonna work.
Sure. So we are seeing ADU development on lots as small as 30 foot wide. One of the requirements is they are in the backyard, so you could not put it necessarily to the side. I mean, I suppose you could if it was behind the front building line. But there's still opportunities for people to do that if they need extra space. Some lots are only 30 foot wide, so they could combine 2 of them. Or, they may only need to purchase a portion of the property from their neighbor, and we do that often. Sometimes, we'll get requests to sell a vacant lot from the city to someone, and, we can't sell them the whole lot if they're not going to develop on it. But if they need a little extra space for a building addition or a garage, we'll sell them a portion of that property as long as it doesn't take too much away from the other property, so we can still develop a house on it. So they'll still have options for that.
Okay, all right, thank you for explaining that, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Commissioner Koshin. Commissioner Kilgo?
Thank you. Director Franzik, so there are some, let's say, 100-foot lots in the city, privately owned, that there may be a house on, correct? Let's say, unfortunately, one of those houses burned down. Now we have a lot, and the person doesn't want to rebuild. They sell their lot to someone, and now it's a 100-foot lot. Would they have to now come in front of the planning commission and try to get an exemption to build on that lot?
No, it's a great question. They are considered legally non-conforming, also known as grandfathering, and once you're approved for that lot size, we can't make you decrease it. So you're allowed to do it. You're just legally non-conforming, meaning you couldn't do that today, but since it exists, you could develop that house back on that large lot.
Okay. And I know that you're an expert. You may not know every single parcel in the city, but you're familiar with the majority of them. Currently, are there any lots that the city owns that are outside of what we would be approving here, outside of that 60-foot width, that are non multifamily ones? I understand like some bigger ones or industrial ones might be bigger, but just residential lots that are.
Yeah. So we have some that are. We make it our policy that we will not sell it unless we can maximize the development and the splits.
Okay.
Unless there's some reason you can't, it just doesn't make sense. So, have that going on.
And then my final question would be, if one of those lots, a developer came to the city and said, hey, I got a great idea for X, Y, or Z, and they wanted to go outside of this, they would just have to apply for a
Variance.
variance?
Possibly. What I'd also like to mention is we do have other options that would let you get around this, such as our cottage court development. If you're going to do a cottage court, you can have it larger. You can, I think it's a minimum of 100, 150 feet you have to have. So if you want to do something with multiple buildings, we have those options for you. If you have some if you don't want to do that and you have another idea, we're definitely willing to sit down and talk to you on options, and a variance could be a potential option.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Kilgo. Commissioners, anything else to ask or add? I'll just share because I asked this question of Director Franzik at the Planning Commission when we were reviewing this as to what happens when you do have those larger lots. And they, for instance, I grew up in Sheldon Park neighborhood, and a lot of the area south and southeast of Sheldon Park have larger lots. And where I grew up in the Pomona Park subdivision, not commonly known, most people don't know the subdivisions. I didn't even know this, but the Pomona Park subdivision. My childhood home was an 80-foot lot. Across the street was a 120-foot lot. Right next door was a 140-foot lot. Behind the alley was a 120-foot lot. Next door was another 80-foot lot. So like all around me were these larger lots. And I wondered, like, well, what if someone that has a 120-foot lot ends up wanting to separate it into a new 30-foot lot and a 190-foot? And Director Franzik shared that from his perspective as zoning administrator, that's moving closer to conformance with this change, and that from his perspective, as I remember,
Yes.
that would be permissible.
Yes, so if you had a 100-foot wide lot, you wanted to sell your neighbor 30-foot, you'd still be 70-foot, which is 10 foot over, but you're going closer to conformance, so we would approve that.
Thank you, Director Franzik. All right, if there's nothing else, roll call, please.
Mayor Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Kilgo,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Keener,
Yes.
Commissioner German,
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson,
Yes.
Commissioner Cochin,
Yes.
Commissioner St. Clair.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Next item, item K, soccer in the sand. Commissioner Kilgo.
I move to approve the Soccer in the Sand tournament to be held on July 25th and 26th, 2026 at Pure Marquette, provided that the event works with the city staff to cover the cost of additional shuttle hours.
So moved.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Kilgo, supported by Vice Mayor Keener. Good evening, sir. Kindly introduce yourself and please report out on this item.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. Dan Vanderhyde, Director of Public Works for the city. I'm here covering this event tonight. We had, this item came before you about a month ago. We had a wide-ranging discussion, but just to make sure everyone's on the same page, this is a request for a variance to the city's policy that there be no more than one event on the beach on any given day. And this is a request for Soccer in the Sand to be able to schedule their event on the same day as Inside Out Volleyball Tournament. We talked last time about several things, but one of the most specific that I can confirm, as you heard in the motion, the bus system, the MATS bus system that's running the shuttles this year confirmed that they can and will start those beach shuttles earlier if the city so requests. And the event has indicated that they're willing to cover those costs. The event is here tonight, and so if there's any specific questions about how that might work or any of the other things that we discussed last time, I would defer to them.
Thank you, Director Vanderhyde. Commissioner Kilgo?
Yeah, I don't know that I have as many questions as I do just wanting to see this event be able to take place at Pure Marquette. Again, in my opinion, this is just my personal opinion, Pure Marquette Beach, the best beach in West Michigan. So I understand that it's popular and we're going to have some busy weekends, but the visitors that come visit our beach and our city, sometimes they stop at other businesses. Now they're supporting other businesses. They come downtown, they see different parts of our city. Some people end up, moving here. Some people end up coming back here again to come visit us again. So I just wanted to make sure that the event organizer now has everything set so that they can keep with their timeline of the 25th and 26th of July. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Kilgo. Vice Mayor Keener, in support of the motion, anything to ask or add at this time?
Not too much to add. It's just I'm glad that we do have the shuttles available because that is always a super busy weekend, and it would get frustrating at times when you would try to go and could not find any parking. But it is a very enjoyable event. I know my kids love to watch it. I love to watch it, and I just enjoy that we have so many participants that come on out and enjoy our lake with us. But I'm just really excited about the shuttle being able to provide them an opportunity to get there and hopefully free up some parking for our local residents as well.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Commissioners, anything else to ask or add? Commissioner Cochin.
Yes, thank you. Director Vanderhyde, in the packet it notes that the competition dates are and times, the time specifically, start at 9 a.m. and end at 5 p.m. I didn't see it outlined in here on what time the shuttle would be starting, and I'm assuming that people would be arriving earlier before 9 a.m. Did we have a discussion with the people running the event about what time people are typically getting there, and do we coordinate that with Matt's to make sure that we were making the shuttle available before the event starts?
I wasn't part of the specific discussion with Matt's, but I understand that they essentially said, as long as you're paying for it, we're able to accommodate it. So we can work with the event, as the motion says, and set that up at a time that makes sense for folks that are coming in, whether that's 8 a.m., 7 a.m., something like that.
Okay, so we don't know for sure if we've had that conversation about what time they're coming in, but we're planning on it.
Definitely.
Okay, thank you.
Well, we do have the applicant. Maybe he's been part of that conversation. Have you settled on what time that you anticipate? If you'd like to come up to the podium and introduce yourself, sir.
Scott LeMay, owner of Soccer in the Sand. Yes, we will have the shuttle 1 hour before kickoff. All the teams to be at the beach 30 minutes before their first game. They do like an official check-in. That'll also be communicated. We have here. So like the communication that goes out to the participants when they apply, this shuttle is going to be part of that communication before they're even accepted into the event. That's where I think we can capitalize on the communication. After they're accepted into the event, they get the same communication that with the maps and the start times and stop times of the shuttle. This is the number one easiest way to free up traffic flow and get to the beach. We also have co-hosts, and our customers, 70% repeat customers. They value making the event long-lasting, not just going to happen for one summer. And that's our goal as a company. And long-term is what we want. That will definitely be 1 hour before our first games kick off. The shuttle will be done, or will be operating, and then at the end of the day, giving 1 hour on the back end so that you can collect everything and exit the beach and still not miss your shuttle.
This might be a question for Director Vanderhyde or maybe city staff, but since we're utilizing the shuttle, it's every half hour, isn't it?
The town line.
Town line is, I believe, once an hour.
Once an hour.
Was it once an hour? I thought we were doing every hour, half an hour.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And Director Vanderhyde, what's the capacity on the shuttle?
I believe they will be 16 people.
Okay. So, in my mind, I'm thinking that there needs to be more time, or maybe an increase. I don't know if that's an option. Like we can run it every half hour or something, because, especially since this is specifically for this event, in those extra hours in the beginning, they're going to need more time to get people to the event. Like if I'm a mom and I got my kid, an hour, that window's too short to be able to get there, get unloaded, get my kid, signed in and everything. So I'd like to see, more than an hour available, and if we can increase maybe the amount of time, or decrease the amount of time, but increase the amount of trips from the beach and back during that special window, I think that would be helpful, and then maybe increasing it to 2 hours after.
And the deputy manager may help me with this, but because this is starting several hours before our regular service, it would not be running the whole route that takes an hour. It would
Right.
just be going back and forth.
That's what I was thinking. So we would be able to do that then?
It'll just be going back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not,
Fill
so
up and
it
go,
won't
fill up
start
and go.
until 11 o'clock that it'll be doing the longer route.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure Matt's is on that same page. We are on the same page. The soccer folks are on the same page.
Yes.
So we don't have any more hiccups. But I think maybe towards the end there, we might need an extension in that time, because an hour to get everybody off, I don't think is going to work. And if I see that, I'm going to go, oh, well, I'm just going to take my car. So that's just some of the thoughts that I'm thinking about at this moment. I don't think I have any additional questions at this second.
Thank you, Commissioner Cochin. Commissioner St. Clair.
Thank you. I appreciate all of the work that you have done on trying to make this event meet our many, many, many asks. I know it's probably pretty logistically taxing and unfortunate that you have to jump through these hoops at all. If you moved your event 1 week before or 1 week after, we would not be having this conversation. And I think it's important for us to remember that. The reason why this is a problem is because there is another event, but that event is small and is not impacting what is happening at the beach very much. That's 200 people or less. And I can appreciate the challenge that having this big of an event, this popular, creates for the rest of the community. And that is in part the price we pay for having such a fantastic location. And I, again, am appreciative of all of the work that staff have put into this and all of the work that the event organizers have put into this to make sure that it runs as smoothly as possible. And there will be hiccups, and that is like there will be people who choose not to ride the shuttle, but there will also be community members who can ride the shuttle instead of driving down there and trying to find parking. And I would encourage our residents to also take advantage of the free shuttle, so that you don't have to fight to park down there either. And folks that want to get down there have opportunities to do so. I'm glad it looks like that we have found a resolution, and am looking forward to a successful event.
Thank you, Commissioner St. Clair. Yes, Mr. Lemay?
Yeah, if I can respond to that, I just want to say thank you. And we run 8 events every summer nationwide, and they all have different challenges. Commissioner Kilgo said it's the most beautiful beach on the lakeshore, I think, in the country. That's why we're so excited about it. Challenge is traffic flow. Hear every concern. We are consciously going to work with a great team to do everything we can to minimize the traffic flow. It's going to be a busy weekend, but taking on the shuttle hours and our communication from before you're accepted into the event, even on the day of the event, registration tool and scheduling tool software that we use allows us access to every person that's on the beach that registered through Soccer on the Sand. So we're always working with them, and the 70% of our customers are repeat customers. That they're learning and educated and trying to help as well.
Thank you, Mr. LeMay. Any additional comments? Before I do follow up, Commissioner Kilgo, I'll share that I'm keen on continuous improvement, and that's what I'm seeing here is that effort, and I appreciate the improved communications and how you're practically communicating that, and I appreciate having the earlier hours for the shuttle as well. It's not perfect, but it is improving. And so we'll see how I'm comfortable with moving it forward and seeing how it functions this year, and then looking at how we can maybe be able to continue to improve it. Whether that is trying to get greater frequency of the shuttles during the event, or getting a larger capacity, vehicle, or having a special dedicated route from, say, securing the Moore Street parking lot, that big expansive parking lot downtown, and having just a direct back and forth from there. So I think there may be opportunities to look at for continuously improving, but I don't think those all need to be hashed out right now. We've already delayed this and asked for changes and improvements to be made. You've done so. You've worked with our team, and so I'm comfortable with moving this forward. And next year, too, we'll have about 80 extra parking spots over at the beach as well. So that should help out. I say follow-up, Commissioner Kilgo?
Yes. Just two quick things, and ask for staff and the organizer. If between now and the event in mid-July or late July, if we could find out from Matt, because these are earlier hours, is this just going to be from the event to the Moore Street parking lot downtown? If so, Matt's could probably provide us then with a better timetable of frequency, so we're not guessing, is it 30 minutes, is it an hour, is it less than that? And then the second thing is, tonight on our consent agenda, we passed the actual paying for the beach shuttle service, the town line and the tan line, and us just making sure, I know that staff in the room here does a great job with communicating with the public, and us just getting that information out about the new stops, because there aren't all the same old stops on this map as there were last year, and just letting people know that town line service, what the stops are, and even the tan line service, because maybe I can park at one end of the beach and just catch the tan line if I want to go to different parts of the beach. I think between those two things, we can up that ridership this year, and then it makes more sense per rider and the amount of money that we're spending, and help with traffic reduction. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Kilgo. Any final thoughts, commissioners, or questions before we vote? Seeing none. Thank you, Mr. LeMay. Thank you, Director Vanderhyde. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Kilgo,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Keener,
Yes.
Commissioner German,
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson,
Yes.
Commissioner Cochin,
Yes.
Commissioner St. Clair,
Yes.
Mayor Johnson.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. All right, that concludes our consent agenda. We do not have any unfinished business. Item A has been pulled from the agenda. We may be getting updates next month on that, but there's some movement on some of the properties, so no need for us to entertain concurrence with the Housing Board of Appeals on that at this meeting. All right, commissioners, any other business to bring up this evening? Commissioner Kilgo.
I would like to shout out a special young man who's in the audience who was elected to his student council in his school. My son, Antoine, is in the room, and he's following in some footsteps with student council. So thank you for showing up today. I appreciate you.
Congratulations, everyone. Thank you, Commissioner Kilgo. Vice Mayor Keener.
Two things first. Healthy Kids Day is in Muskegon at McGrath Park, April 17th from 5 to 7 p.m. For the first 50 families, you can get a $150 meal kit. So if you can, get on out, 5 to 7 p.m. McGrath Park, April 17th. Additionally, I had an opportunity to participate in the People's Table, and I kindly would love for our citizens to participate, whether that is through coming in with your time, talent, or treasure, because they have a very, very super small budget. And when my business, Country Cook and Serve, it was well over 100 people that we served, and they get even more people as the summer comes. So even if you have clothing donations and things like that, it's very well needed, and it's right on Houston Street every single Sunday. Starts at 3 o'clock. Free meal, or you can pay what you can donate, but typically free for everyone. And I'll be there again on Sunday after next. So come on out again every Sunday. Contact the People's Table because it's a huge need in our community.
Excellent. Thank you, Vice Mayor. Commissioner Taylor?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to give some information out about beach passes. I've been getting calls. And I reached out to the city manager because I wanted to make sure I got the right information. So, city manager, if you can just kind of talk about that, because they can get the stickers and go with the plates.
Yeah,
and
so
stuff like that.
our preference is that you go with plates. We're changing over to a license plate reader system, but there are still stickers. So if there's a reason that you need a sticker, you can get those. But the preference is for ease of use for our team that we go with the license plate reader. We're getting new equipment on our vehicles that just lets them drive by and read the license plate. It makes it much more quicker and efficient. But there are that option is available, but we're going to ask that you go to the license plate, and we will get to a point in time when we're required to do that. But this is the first year, so this is a transition year.
City Manager,
thank you.
do you still have to come in to even for the license plate reader? Is that available
You
online?
can do the license plate registration online.
Oh, yay.
That
Nice.
does, so it's not instantaneous if you're a resident, because we have to confirm your residency. If you're a non-resident, you can go online, pay it. It's instantaneous, but there is a confirmation process, I guess, for lack of a better term. Or you can come into the windows here Monday through Thursday, 7:30 to 5:30. And one of the ladies at the window would be happy to help you. You do need to know your license plate number so they can confirm that. Did I miss anything, Chief? Okay.
Great. Thank you.
That sounds convenient.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, Commissioner Cochin.
Yes, thank you. I did have a couple of things. I just needed a minute to look it up. So this Sunday at 8:30 a.m., the Muskegon Lake Watershed Partnership is going to be hosting their Muskegon Lake Annual Spring Cleanup at the CIO Hall downtown. So that's this Sunday at 8:30. And then the 3rd Street Cleanup is happening on April 22nd at 4:30 p.m. And they're going to have some music out there, and they're going to make it a really nice, fun time for everybody. So it's very family friendly. And then there is our youth soccer league starting in May, on Tuesday, May 5th at 5 p.m. And if you haven't signed your kids up yet, I highly recommend it. I've signed my little one up last year and this year, and I'm gonna be coaching too. So it'll be fun. But yeah, it's low pressure, nothing crazy. There's not any crazy travel leagues or anything like that. It's just good family fun. So hopefully people sign up.
Thank you, Commissioner Cochin. Yes, Commissioner St. Clair.
Thank you. We do not have another commission meeting this month because there will be early voting happening in the commission chambers, and I just wanted to mention on that ballot is a bond proposal for Muskegon Public Schools. If you are unfamiliar with that, I would direct you to the muskegonpublicschools.org website. There is a page at the top called Bond, and that will give you good information about what that bond proposal suggests and what they would like to do with a continued, it's not expected to be an increase, but a continuation, so that you can make an informed decision.
Thank you, Commissioner St. Clair. And make sure your ballot's in or show up May 5th to vote. Anything else, commissioners, to bring up for any other business? Saying nothing. Else, we now go to general public comment. I don't have any forms. Madam Clerk, any forms you received?
I have not.
All right. Anyone in the audience that wishes to give public comment? All right. Seeing no takers from the audience, we're going to go to the phones. That number is 231-724-6721. This is time for folks to call in and give input for up to 3 minutes directly with the City Commission, not a dialogue, Q&A back and forth, and like that. We can arrange that for a separate time if that's desired. When you do call in, turn down any audio in the background, state your name, and if you're a City of Muskegon resident, which neighborhood you are calling from. All right, good evening. You're with the City of Muskegon City Commission.
Hi, it's Ann Vandermolen from Roosevelt Park.
Good evening. You have 3 minutes to give your remarks.
Okay, as I said last night, I thank Marsha Hovey-Wright and Melinda Reese-Pago for letting me speak at Democrat and Republican Party meetings. I have nothing against the former city attorney, but I ask you to strongly reconsider naming the roundabout for Marsha Hovey-Wright or Commissioner Rebecca St. Clair. I think that would speak volumes to the condition of women. My older cousin, Peggy Smith, was born and raised in Lakeside. She was a true Lakesider, but had to move to Chicago to sing opera there. Many people in the community still remember her. About 10 years ago, she wrote a book called Beware the Tentacles of Fate. It's about what she experienced in her life in Chicago in the 1970s. It tells how this man was in a sex cult with powerful leaders around Chicago. This man would invite powerful people to sex parties and secretly record them so he could bribe them later. My cousin Peggy also says this man was into child porn. The feds finally took him down, but my cousin Peggy did not reveal his name in her book. I believe my cousin Peggy told my mom that this man was a famous conductor with a lot of connections in Hollywood and elsewhere, but the feds finally took him down. I believe I know who leaked my report in 2015, and I don't think it was Tracy Lorenz. Like I said last night, I do believe some of his cult members hatched a plan in 2015 to get me back. I believe at least one dirty lawyer was involved. Again, I'm not accusing anyone on the Muskegon City Commission or Tracy Lorenz. But for the safety of victims in this community, I believe there are two significant community leaders that need to resign. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Vandermolen, for phoning in your comments from the City of Roosevelt Park. Did you hear or notice anyone else trying to call in at that time?
No.
All right. We'll give it a few more moments. If folks want to phone in, numbers 231-724-6721. It does not sound like we have any additional takers for phone-in comments. Commissioners are not ready quite yet to adjourn. We do have attorney-client communications that we're going to be addressing in closed session. And I believe, Commissioner St. Clair, you have the motion?
I do. I move to go into closed session to consider material exempt from discussion or disclosure by state or federal statute, client communications.
So move.
We have a motion by Commissioner St. Clair, supported by Commissioner German. If there's no discussion, roll call, please.
Commissioner German,
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson,
Yes.
Commissioner Cochin,
Yes.
Commissioner St. Clair,
Yes.
Mayor Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Kilgo,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Keener.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you.